The devaluation cycles, dual reflexive inversion. Let's look at this from the narcissist point of view, from Professor Sam Vaknin, and then from the victim's point of view, from mirror psychic inversion theory. The initiation from libidinal merging to repulsion. Professor Sam Vaknin teaches us, "You are my mother now. I will fuse with you. You must reflect my perfection." The narcissist installs a perfect internal object, you as fantasy mother, and the shared fantasy begins. But it is structurally doomed. And from the victim's point of view, Empit says that you are the redemptive object. I will fuse with you. You must redeem my wound. The victim internalizes the libidinal mirror. They become who the narcissist needs. They begin to disappear into redeemer ego plus a pseudo false self construction. This is a mirror point. Both enter with projection. Both see not the other, but a solution to their wound. And then it turns. Reality disturbs the introject. Again, Sam teaches us that the narcissist thinks you're not following the script. You are contaminating the fantasy. The narcissist begins to experience internal introject misalignment. You are not her, you are feeling. Empathy shows that the victim internally says, something is wrong. He's withdrawing. I must adjust to restore the bond. The victim intensifies the performance, fearing abandonment. I am feeling I need to be better, stronger, quieter. Reflexive inversion is triggered. The narcissist begins externalizing fault, and the victim begins internalizing blame. The devaluation, splitting, projection, possession. Sam Vaknin teaches us that the narcissist now says to themselves, you are now ugly, dumb, disloyal. I must expel you. Projects all bad internal objects onto the victim, the persecutory object. Hijacks the inner critic. I am now your superego. Empathy shows us that the victim says he has changed. He's cold, cruel, accusing. Maybe I have become difficult. Internalizes his voice. The introject begins speaking inside her own psyche. Develops a sadistic inner critic. The narcissist's judgments play on repeat internally. And the mutual mirror point. He is now talking to the internal mother and punishing her through you. You are now talking to the narcissist in your own voice, punishing. The inversion solidifies. You're both inside the hall of mirrors. Sam teaches us that the narcissist says, I must discard you to complete the separation my mother never allowed me. I must destroy the object to prove that I am finally free. So he begins hoovering, triangulation, and smearing, creating a moral escape route. Empathy teaches us that the victim says, if I can fix this, he'll love me again. I must redeem the failure. I must perform a collapse to make the object stay. So they fall into protest, trauma bonding, emotional implosion, which validates his story. Mirror collapse. He proves you are unstable. You feel unstable. His reality is validated by your breakdown, and your reality is rewritten by his voice. But the fantasy never ends. It simply turns inwards. Again, Professor Vaknin teaches us that the narcissist keeps you as hostile introject in his internal theatre. You are now the villain. They may replace you externally, but continues the internal war with the original object. They individuate through discard. I was right to leave. Empathy shows that the victim keeps him in the superego as puppet master inside your mind. You collapse externally, but continue the internal war with his voice. You lose yourself through introject collapse, Maybe I was the problem all along. And here's the final mirror lock. He escapes, and you internalize the entire shared fantasy. Reversed, the narcissist walks free, and you become the prisoner of the inverted introject. Devaluation is not a rejection of the victim, it is a rejection of the narcissist's own contaminated fantasy. The victim is merely the screen onto which this internal war is projected and then psychically handed over. As Professor Vaknin says, abuse is not relational. You are incidental. The narcissist is speaking to himself through you. But MPIT answers back, but we believed the voice was ours, and in believing it, we became it. Peace out. Loads of love.